All right, what's happening, Real Filmers? I'm here at the Spooky Movie International Horror Film Festival. I have here with me the director of Teenage Ghost Punk, Mr. Mike Cramer. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. Can you talk a bit about how the film came together, the genesis of the project?
Sure. Teenage Ghost Punk was really inspired by my neighborhood. And there's all these old houses, and I was wondering what people were like in different generations that lived there. And at the same time, I was thinking about how to make a reality where people would do and say things that were perfectly logical in that reality but wouldn't be in ours. And I thought maybe ghosts, and kind of mesh those two together. And then threw in a little punk rock and diversity lessons to boot.
Okay, all right. Well, speaking of that, can you talk also about how the casting came together? Because you have a pretty eclectic, ensemble of actors that, I think, meshes pretty well. They have, various different energies. So can you comment on that?
Yeah, very fortunate with the cast that we got. And we drew from Chicago's great, rich theater community. A lot of these people do a lot of stage work, a little bit of TV, a little bit of movie work. And then we got a great group of high school kids from Oak Park and River Forest High School, which is actually the high school that's featured in the movie. So great acting program there and a great group of kids.
All right, great. Well, speaking of that, you have one particular character in that film, Cousin Barry. Can you talk a bit about how you found the guy for that role? Because like some of the one-liners, or I should say some of the pickup lines that he has, I have to ask, were they more off the cuff, or were they something that came naturally from the script?
Yeah, Darren Stevens plays Cousin Barry, and he's a voiceover artist and actor in Chicago. And, I knew Darren from mutual friends, and I thought he would be great for the role of Barry. We actually wrote all those lines that he worked on, and I wish he would have improvised some, because after we finish shooting, I'll be at a party with Darren, and he'll start reeling off Cousin Barry lines. I'm like, oh, I wish we would have had that one. So, but we actually had a lot more that we couldn't even use. We had too many goofy lines for Cousin Barry. We had to cut some of them.
Okay, all right. Now you have various different roles, or hats, I should say, in this film. You're the writer, you're the director, you're also starring in it. I have to ask, with other directors that star in their films and have various hats, I always am curious how difficult it is, that to have those various hats.
Yeah, I was very fortunate because I had a great group of people around me. So was thrilled with the acting talent that we had in the cast. Derek Cox, our director of photography, was terrific. My co-producer, Dan Finnan, outstanding and really easy to work with. And had a lot of friends that I really trust that helped with the script after I wrote the script. I would say of all those roles, the hardest for me was acting and directing myself. And actually, I gave myself a small character, Detective Pete McGarry, and named for a late friend of mine who I adored. And my wife actually hates the way that I played Detective McGarry. Other people seem to like it, so who knows? But to me, that was the hardest, is directing yourself.
Okay, all right. So you have this film playing at the Spooky Horror Film Festival. Can you talk a bit about some future projects that you have in the works that fans can expect that you have?
Yeah, we'd like to get Teenage Ghost Punk out there to a broader audience. We love it here at Spooky Movie International Horror Film Festival. We'd love to get Teenage Ghost Punk out to a bigger audience. And then I have sort of a backlog of screenplay ideas that I intend to, pick one of and write and make that one next.
Okay, great. And I know it's still relatively early. Are there is there one particular film or a couple of films that are, a priority right now among those scripts? I
would say the front runners right now are one that is a sort of a supernatural comedy adventure set in a nursing home. And the other one is a non-supernatural comedy adventure involving old retired former newspaper reporters.
Wow, okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate your time.
Brandon, thank you very much.
All right. There you have it, Real Filmers. Again, I'm here at the Spooky Movie International Horror Film Festival. I have the director, Mike Cramer. I'm Brandon Troy. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Brandon.
All right.
What if, skis?